Welcome. Thank you all for joining us for Painting in the Park virtual party. Tonight we have Cariana Spring, and she is going to talk about using her gift, the gift that God has given her. We appreciate you, Cariana, for joining us.
Thank you
So,
for having me.
yes, yes. So, and we have someone that joined in. Thank you, sir, for joining in on tonight. We appreciate it. So, Carrie, I'm going to ask you some questions and to learn about you.
Great.
So, I see behind you is a painting that you did. What made you choose that painting? Or what made you choose that design?
Well, I guess, it wasn't that complicated. My mom asked for something colorful and I was looking through a whole bunch of pictures of colorful things and I came across a painting of a woman and she had different colors on her skin and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I want to do that." So I tried and that's how this thing happened. So yeah.
And so, you know what, before we go back into it, because it's beautiful, it's very colorful. I love the colors that you chose on that. So, Cariana, tell us a little bit about yourself. One, how old are you? What made you get into art?
Well, my name is Kiriana Spring. I am 12 years old. I'm turning 13 this year. And what made me get into art, I guess, was just it being around me and the influence of everyone around me. You know, my mom and dad were into art, so it was naturally kind of into me, I guess.
Do you, um, how old, well, how old would you say you started doing art?
Around two or three.
Oh, so you've been doing it quite a while. Now, where do you see yourself, just say in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
Well, maybe selling art, I want to sell art, so I think I would definitely be selling some art on the side, but mostly just focusing on my future, I guess, just how I am now.
No, I think that's wonderful. And even as you're using your art, even as a at a young age, the beauty of that, and you never know how God can speak to you and use you where you could even start selling your art even now. So just something to plant a seed and to think about that even as you're growing up. And I'm sure you're probably the type of kid that has many talents like your parents. And I think that's something that you can look at and tap into because painting and art is not just about painting, it's about your gift, your creativity, your talents that God has placed inside of you, and how you use that gift. How does your artistry? How does it make you feel?
To me, it makes me feel just have a freedom, I guess. I get to be able to control everything I do, and I get to be able to just create anything. There's no limits to art, so it's very forgiving at times, and it just helps you to relax and just to enjoy doing something and creating something new. So,
I love it, and it's so true. I say it's very, like you said, relaxing. It makes you feel happy. It could take you to that just really that place of joyfulness, right?
mhm.
So tell me, how, yeah, like how do you come up with your paintings? Is it just a thought that pops in your head? I know you said like your mom, she gave you a challenge and you came up with the painting. But how do you come up with like your other paintings that you do?
Well, I guess it's just all experimental things. It's just like, oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? And, if it turns out, that's cool. And that's just usually how it happens. It's like a thought usually at 2 a.m. when I can't sleep. And then it's just like, oh, tomorrow I'm doing that. So, yeah.
That's that's so funny that you said it at 2 a.m. Usually that is what happens to me, and I'm sure that's what a lot of creative people. I think it's when it's like the quiet time,
Mhm.
everything is quiet. So I find myself up like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't shut it off or whatnot. So that's interesting that you would say that at 2 o'clock in the morning. Do you feel you ever get inspired by God to
Yeah.
create? So, can you give us an example of how that may have happened to you?
Usually it might be when I'm reading the Bible, or maybe I'm just sitting there, talking to myself, or maybe even God, and it's just like comes up and it's like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like just inspired off of what I feel at the time. So yeah, I think I get inspired off of God a lot.
And I love that. It was a young lady, an artist that I spoke with her the other day. She uses her gift as a prophetic gift. So hearing from God and that she's painting. Because in your painting, you can help heal someone that may be hurting, so that's why I say, the value of your gift and how you're using it can bless someone. So that's good, Cariana, that you're tapping into what God says to you and then to paint it and then, yeah, to inspire someone else. Why do you think art is important?
Art is very important, not only because I think because it adds to people's culture. If someone doesn't know a culture, if they see their art, it helps to understand it. It can track history, all the way back to Neolithic times. Like it can track everything. It it's a way of expression for people. I think it's just important because art, even though I guess it can be seen as a painting, it's more like a language to some
Wow.
people.
More like a language. That's a good point. They say that art can speak without saying a word. That is so true. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. What would you say the painting behind you? Did you call? Is it a name for your painting behind you?
No, no, I didn't name it, but if I
Okay.
was, I would name it Celia.
Well, and so tell us why.
Oh, I had a puppet named Celia, and she was a very disproportionate puppet. She did not have, like, her eyes were very small, her lips were very big. And when I look at this painting, I'm just like, yeah, that's not right. That's not how a human's face is supposed to look. So her name would be Cecilia.
Wow. Okay. I love that. Um, so one of the things that I noticed when I got some pictures from your mom, you used cardboard. That I thought that was a really interesting technique that you used. What made you use cardboard to draw your painting on?
Well, it was just a matter of like, I don't have any canvases. I want to paint. And when I want to paint, I'm going to paint on something. Like, even if it's something I wouldn't paint on usually or not supposed to paint on, I'm going to paint on it because I just can't contain it. Like, it's something that will literally nag me for days. So,
Okay.
I saw a cardboard and I was like, I can just paint on that. And so I did.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so have you thought about painting on clothing?
I did that a couple of times, and I had one piece of clothing that I actually really liked, and it was like I was doing it at 12 a.m. and I was just like trying to make a shirt out
Okay.
of some old bed sheets because I really wanted to make a shirt. I don't know why I wanted to. And I painted with fabric paint on it, and I really liked it. and then the shirt fell apart.
Oh,
So I just stopped doing that after that one. I just gave up hope.
oh, okay, I get it. But would you do it again?
If I have an actual shirt, I think I would do it again.
Yeah, because I think it's one of the coolest things. I had an artist, she painted my jacket and put a flower on the back of it. I mean, like, creativity, there's no limitations, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when you said you used a cardboard, oh my goodness, so much. So I could tell, and you're only 12 years old. So there is much more up there that you have the ability to create so much more.
Thank
I
you.
can't. No, you're welcome, and I can't wait to see. Okay, so can you show us more of your painting in the background? If you could show us more.
Uh, just try turn it up.
Yes, yes. Okay, so yes. So
Yep.
you want to describe?
Well, Cecilia here. Uh, she's a very colorful person.
Mhm.
You know, she has just colors all behind her, colors on her face. Some of it's actual skin tone colors, so she's not completely covered in random stuff, but she has like some green thrown in there. Some of it's blended, some of it's not. Probably because it's dried up, but white splatters on it. I don't think you can see it, but there's like little splatters of white. To me,
Okay.
they look like freckles. So,
Yeah.
and just everything on her is just colorful besides her hair. There's a little bit of brown in there. But like, yeah, that's
I love it. I love. How long did it take you to paint that picture?
I'd say 3 hours, 4 hours.
So did you do it in one session, one sitting, or did you do it over time?
Just one sitting. Just
One
did it.
sitting. Okay. And so is there any new projects that you're working on?
Yes, I have them right by me.
Ooh.
I'll show you.
Okay. Let's see.
I just did some, like this one. I really like it.
Oh, that's cute. So what inspired you to create that one?
I had an idea and I was dying to try it. I had some thread and I put some paint on a black canvas and
Okay.
I was like, if I could pull the thread over the canvas and drag it back, maybe it can do something cool. And I tried it and it failed because the thread wasn't thick enough. And so I was like,
Okay.
oh, I just need like some rope or some yarn. And I didn't have any rope or yarn. And I just looked and I was like, I have a pearl necklace. So I just like took the pearl necklace and used it the same way as I tried the thread and it worked. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I just splattered some more paint on it and this is what happened.
That is cool, and but I love how you thought outside the box. Well, they said really don't even think outside the box, but I love how you did that. You said, you know what? Okay, I don't have a string here, I don't have a thick string here, but I have a pearl necklace, and I can use that. So now you can't use that pearl necklace anymore because it's all painted up. But
Yeah.
oh, but you were able to use that creativity to use it to to create what was planted in your mind.
Yeah.
Now, would you what other artistry do you like besides painting?
I think I'm really into drawing in a way, like all sorts of art styles, but especially realism. To me, it's crazy how someone can take like a pencil and create something that literally looks like a photo taken in black and white. So, yeah.
That I think that's cool. This has been such a pleasure speaking with you. You are such a beautiful young lady. Your future is bright. I am so happy to have met you. Yeah, you're definitely your parents' child and a beautiful soul and spirit. You did an absolutely fabulous job. How do you feel?
Great.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
No, actually, I think
Yeah,
this.
yes, yes, you did. Okay, so we do have some people on, and I want to give them an opportunity to ask some questions. Okay, um, so is there anyone in that is willing to ask our guest a question? Do we have anyone? Oh, just turn it up a little bit. Turn your volume up.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit. You go
Okay.
ahead.
I was wondering if you have any more paintings to show.
Do I have any more paintings to show?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, a couple.
Well, let's show us.
Uh, this one.
Oh, that's pretty. Now, what made you do that one?
My mom went and bought me like the circular foam brushes,
Hmm.
and I just like poured a whole bunch of random colors and just dotted each one on with the same one. So like some of it's kind of like mixed colors, but I
Can
really
you hold that up again? That's so, I love that. Yes, that's beautiful. You have any more paintings?
and this one.
Oh, that's colorful too. What inspired that one?
Uh, I was like watching some videos on YouTube and I saw one where they like took a bucket and put a hole in it and they just swung the bucket on the canvas. It made a different design, but I was like, I could do something similar to that. So I tried and this is what happened.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful color, and you just I see the splatter. Yeah, I love the colors too.
Think
So do you put your name on there? Or your name on there?
uh I didn't put my name on this one, but if my name was on something, it would be like in the back here.
Got you. Okay, okay. Oh wow. Do you have one more painting you want to show us?
I don't have any other with me in the moment, but I do have other paintings. I can
Uh,
and go get them.
okay. Yes. Well, hold on, and I'll see if anyone else want to chime in. Yeah. So while you go ahead and get them. Yes. Well, hold on. Yes, Miss Lillian, I see that you're on. Would you like to ask any questions to our guest? Can you hear me, Miss Lillian? Well, right now we're waiting for Cariana to go get some more paintings to show us. Um, yes, Miss Lillian, can you hear me? Okay. So, Cariana, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So I have this one.
Oh, now what inspired that one? That's nice too.
Uh, so I wanted to make one kind of inspired by Florida,
Okay.
and like water is a very big thing in Florida. So I looked at like beachy pictures, and I saw one with a lighthouse. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty, and I
Yeah.
tried recreating it. And that was 2 years ago. And it's okay. I like it. It's not bad. And so I tried recreating it like a couple months
Okay.
ago, and this is how it turned out. I kind of like
Yeah.
this one better because
Wait, which one you like better? The first one?
this one.
That one? So that's a recreation of the first one.
Yeah.
They're both nice. They're both different, though. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you love the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So where is your favorite place? Is it like a certain place you would like to go to where it helps relaxes you, where you can draw more or paint?
I think one where I do it is in my room on the floor.
Okay. Got you. Yeah. Wow. Well, this was awesome. Ms. Lillian, do you have any questions? I'm not for sure she can hear us. But Cariana, is there anything else you would like to add before we end our session? What would you what would you say to a young person that may come across this video, or to a parent? What would you tell them?
I would encourage them to do anything they want to do, of course, safely with making sure you don't hurt anyone in the process. But like, do something that you love doing and, maybe even make a business out of it, make something out of it, because you're going to hate doing something you hate doing. You're never going to want to do that. So just do what you like doing, because then it just makes you happier. And there's nothing wrong with being happy.
There's nothing wrong with being happy. And so that's telling a kid or a young person. What would you tell parents that may have a child that love the arts? What would you tell the parents? How can they encourage their creative child?
Just be supportive, like if they need materials and they can't afford it themselves, maybe pitch in, grab them some materials so like you can encourage them. Maybe take them to an art museum, enroll them in art classes, something like that.
I think those are wonderful tips. Wow, it has been truly a pleasure speaking with you tonight. Thank you so much. Ms. Lillian, did you want to chime in? Okay. Mr. Spring, did you have anything else you want to add?
I just want to say that I'm very proud of Kiriana and her artwork. She's a very creative person, and just encourage her to take it as far as she wants to take it. And that's a very big part of her. And I like to watch her progress and to do more and different things. What she's doing. So keep up the good work.
I'm sorry, I was just talking, but kudos to the parents, to Mr. and Mr. Spring. You could tell, fabulous job raising your daughter. She is, a sweetheart. May God continue to bless her as her hands touches, and that her paintings will go above her imagination wherever they need to go. So thank you all for joining us. We're going to end this session, and
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Hey, okay, so are you selling any of your paintings? So what if someone wanted to get in contact with you? Are you selling any?
I'm making a website to sell them.
Okay. So when you get that website, can you send that to me? That is something I can share.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, thank you. And yes, have a great night.
You
You're
too.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.